With any Souls-like, I believe this is tradition now. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it! This is the Surge. It's Edge of Tomorrow meets Dark Souls, which is a very apt analogy come to think of it. Grungy sci-fi setting, and gameplay that can be broken down into live, die, repeat, break controller, and rage fit. Yep, sounds about right. This game is brought to you by the same team that brought you Lords of the Fallen, which I covered about 2 years ago. I enjoyed that one well enough, but the Surge has learned a lot from its mistakes, and created something better. And a bit more original. You know, as original as a Souls-like can be. Now, I can't talk much more about the Surge without mentioning that it is hyper-violent. So, you might want to take the kiddies out of the room for this one. Don't worry, I'll wait. They gone? Okay, halt, or I'll be forced to disarm you, or detorso you, whatever. Let's start from the beginning. You play as Warren, a new employee of the CREO Corporation. And much like every corporation, they care immensely about the well-being of their employees. So they gave you a nice new exoskeleton. Mondays, am I right? Then they threw you in the trash. Mondays, am I right? Luckily, your surgery wasn't a total failure, as you can now walk and swing a pipe with the best of them. Here's where things will start to look pretty familiar. You've got 2 different types of attack, horizontal and vertical, and you combine the 2 to come up with different combos. For defense, you can dodge and block. All of these actions use stamina. Blah blah blah, you've likely seen this all before. One change you'll notice during combat is that you don't simply target an enemy. Instead, you target individual body parts. Arms, legs, body, and head. Some body parts will have armor, some won't. To kill enemies faster, go for non-armored parts. But if you're wanting to gather some crafting materials, then it's time to pick a limb and go to town! Once the enemy is low on health, well... As you kill enemies, you'll gain scrap, which is used as a currency for leveling up and crafting new equipment. Equipment is crafted by using scrap and different parts you gather from enemies. To gather the necessary parts, you'll simply pick a limb and then forcibly liberate it from the rest of their body. So let's say you need some parts for a new helmet. Well, this is also how you get new weapons and armor schematics. Other than that, it's just fun. I'm a monster. When you die, and I'd say if, but there is no if, you'll drop all of your scrap and be sent back to the safe area. But don't panic, you can retrieve it, you just have to get back to where you died before the time limit runs out. Oh yeah, they introduced a time limit. That's a dick move. As I mentioned, scrap is important because it's also used for leveling up. Levels will give your exosuit more power. The amount of power you have determines how much gear you can equip, including implants. Yet something else a bit different to Surge. Implants are equipment that give you a lot of benefits, such as extra med packs for healing yourself, boost to energy or endurance, or even a tracker to help you find nearby items. Which isn't annoying at all. Dear God, why can't I turn this down? In regular Souls-like fashion, each map is almost a maze of corridors and hallways that end up interconnecting, providing you with shortcuts back to your safe area, or bonfires if you're into Souls terminology. However, unlike Souls, each level appears to only have one safe area, unless I'm just completely missing something, which is not out of the ordinary. This is where you can recover all of your med packs, level up, equip new implants, and craft new armor. And while you may be tempted to come back to this area often, the Surge provides benefits for staying away. You'll gain a multiplier the longer you're out of the safe area, which increases the amount of scrap you gain. But should you die or return to the safe area, you'll lose it. So try not to do either of those things for as long as possible. But since those are conflicting activities, expect to be seeing it a lot anyway. My main gripe here is that the game is not one large open world. Sadly, it's broken up into several levels. And sure, they're big levels, but it's no replacement for a large open world. It's a personal preference, I'm sure I'll get over it somehow. I'm over it. Of course, what kind of game would this be without some difficult bosses? Well, I'm not really sure, because the 2 bosses I came across in my 10 hours of playing weren't really that hard. Luckily, the enemies throughout the level tend to make up for it, but their difficulty makes the bosses come off a bit anticlimactic. And yes, I've only come across 2 bosses in my 10 hours of playing. I'd say that shows how hard this game can be. Other than that, the Surge does a lot of stuff right, and I've found myself pretty addicted to it. It's not perfect by any means, but it's definitely a fun game. If you think dying's fun, that is. I mean, I do, but I'm crazy, so. F***ing Mondays! And that was the Surge. Mondays, am I right? If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. Or you can watch another video if you want. You can also follow me on Twitter or Facebook for some random thoughts. And if you really want to help the channel, you can donate to me on Patreon like these other amazing people. So, Who wants an exoskeleton?